On the In Session Real Estate TV show, we're talking real estate. How to buy a home with little to no money down, 7 things you must know before you list your home for sale, and how to avoid probate, and more. Tune in.
Kenny Session has over 25 years in the real estate business in the Bay Area. Kenny is the past president of the California Association of Real Estate Brokers and the past president of Associated Real Property Brokers. And now, your host, your real estate broker, Kenny Session.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the In Session Real Estate TV show. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your morning to watch our show. I am Kenny Session, the broker and CEO of Session Real Estate. I've been in business since 1987, and this show has been in production since 1997. We're happy to be here now on Coffee TV, where we will be able to share pertinent information with you on a weekly basis. This is not an infomercial. This is a real estate TV show. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the In Session Real Estate TV show. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your morning to watch our show. Today we're going to be talking about something that's very dear to me, and that is trust, or a revocable trust and irrevocable trust. And today I have with me a very prominent probate attorney that I've known for many, many, many years. We're not going to tell you how many years those are, but we've worked together many times. And I want him to really tell you a little bit about himself, and then we're going to get into some questions, and we're going to get right into the meat of this so that we can teach you give you a little information about some trust. So, Stephen, you want to give them a little information about yourself?
Okay, I can do that, Kenny. I am Stephen Kennedy. I'm a native of Oakland. Went to St. Joseph's High School in Alameda, the University of San Francisco, and then finally the University of California's Hastings College of Law. I graduated from Hastings in May of '69, and I've been practicing here in Oakland since then. So we're 36 years and 46 years and counting.
Okay. Well, I would say that qualifies you as a professional in the field of probate law. And what we want to do is we're going to get right into some questions, because one of the things that the reason for this show is to make sure that we understand that we can get a estate plan and get our estates plan ahead of time. Steve, why don't you talk a little bit about the importance of planning for your estate before we really get into the trust vehicle?
Well, yes, the most important thing you can do with your estate is plan. And it has been established that very few people live forever. And so the inevitable will occur, and we need to have something in place to take care of or prepare for that eventuality. And there are a number of options available once you decide on what you want to do with your property, what you want to have happen to your property. And a trust is one, a will without a trust is another, and there are also some retitling of assets that might affect, under certain circumstances, an inexpensive transition.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Steve, what I want to do is, I know we kind of know some of the answers to the questions, but I want to go down, just get to the Cadillac of all of the things that are out there. We know that a will is good, but a trust is better. So won't you tell them what a trust is and maybe some of the benefits of having a trust?
Well, okay, first of all, the reason why a trust is normally better than a will is that if you have a will, you have to go through probate, essentially.
Right.
Which is a court proceeding which is costly. And when I say costly, I mean $10,000 or so for a $300,000 house. And that's the fee for the attorney. That's also the fee for the executor. With a trust, on the other hand, you avoid probate. And while there's still some charges, there are details that need an attorney's attention after you pass. You have to consider that a trust will save your heirs a lot of money and keep them out of the courtroom normally. Okay. Now, a trust is a written document. It's usually a fairly lengthy written document. Different attorneys and practitioners draw up different kinds of trusts. I tend to draw up relatively simple trusts, which are only 15 pages long. And the there are trusts that can be revoked and trusts that cannot be revoked. And trusts that can be revoked are referred to as revocable, and trusts that can't be revoked are referred to as irrevocable. We are not going to talk about irrevocable trusts here today. We're going to talk about revocable living trusts. So when you do the trust, you can alter it, amend it, revoke it, change it, whatever, any time up until the time you die. Now, so you have the 15-page trust. Normally, people making a trust during their lifetimes appoint themselves as the trustee. And the trust then becomes a very simple thing during your lifetime. No need to worry about any details concerning it. There is, however, a need to transfer the title of all your assets into the trust. And this is particularly important with the real property. So when you do a living trust, you also have to deed all your real property assets to yourself as trustee of that trust.
Okay. You know, Steve, and I know you're giving them a lot of information, and I'm hoping that our audience has pencils and papers and kind of take some notes, and this information will be replayable. But one of the things we want to talk about, you talked about cost. One is cost, and number two, who draws these documents up? Because we've seen some problems with that. I know I've seen some problems with people being overcharged in some cases, people not being qualified. So why don't you talk about the cost of a trust and the qualifications of someone that to draw a trust up for you?
Well, different attorneys charge widely different things for the same services. So it's important that you take a look around and make sure that you're not being overcharged for preparation of a living trust. Usually for a simple trust, for a single person, the charges should be about $1,000 or less. For a married couple, the charge would be slightly higher. And you also have to keep in mind there are charges for the notary, and there are charges for recording the necessary documents in the county recorder's office. So there's some costs associated with the creation of the trust, as well as the attorney's fees. But think about $1,000 more or less. Now, the trust should be done by a lawyer who specializes in trusts and probate administration. The trust, I've had a number of clients after I did their trust and charged them $850, go to some seminar with some big trust outfit and have them, and then pay $2,500 to have a much larger and more elaborate trust put together, and they put it in a binder and everything, but they'll charge $2,500 instead of $800. Okay, well, so you don't want to do that. I mean, I can't stop you.
That's what I was trying to get at, because I know I've seen, and just recently I saw a senior citizen who paid like almost $3,500 to get her trust in, and I know that you've told me over the years that it's about $1,000 and some $800 to $1,200 in that range, depending on how elaborate it is. But tell me this: we talked about the cost of it, but and probably who needs a trust? Did we talk about that a little bit? What if you have property, or tell me some of the situations where you would need to have a trust?
All right, well, the trust is most important. Well, I'll answer this backwards. If you don't have anything, you don't need a trust and you don't need an estate plan. But if you have, and I use an example of a $10,000 probate fee for a $300,000 house, and that's really just about any house at this point in time. So if you own your home, you need a trust. If you own any real estate, you need a trust. If you have a significant amount of money in the bank, there are some other things you can do, but you should have a trust. So I would say just about anybody who has anything substantial should have a trust. And even if you think your real estate is not all that substantial, you need a trust.
Yeah, and we see a lot of people that neither have will or a trust, and we talked a little bit about the trust being the Cadillac of estate planning. But let's drop down a little bit. I know you see a lot of wills, and we talked about the $10,000 fee that you would charge to probate a will, and that's pretty much what you, on a $300,000 property, the attorney fee is about $10,000. Is that correct?
The attorney fee would be precisely $9,000 plus any extraordinary fees if that were necessary, if extraordinary services were necessary, and they frequently are. The costs of administration are about $1,500.
Right.
So there's a filing fee to open a probate, $465 right now. There's a filing fee to close a probate, $465 right now. In probate, there is a probate referee who appraises the house. That's another, if it's a $300,000 house, they charge 1/10%, $300 plus mapping and mileage. You may be at $350 for the probate referee. You may certify. I mean, there's a long list.
It just keeps going on and on.
It goes on and on. Yeah.
And that's the reason for this show, talking about trust, is to save money in our community and people to know that what is available for you. And again, in this little short period of time, we can't teach you everything about probate, but one of the things we want you to do is find a probate attorney. Either you can call Steve and we're going to give you his information, or you can even contact me and I can get you in touch with Steve. But if not in this area, maybe you're outside of the area, in one of the areas out not close to Oakland. Steve, why don't you talk to him about picking an attorney? Because we know that can be problematic.
Yes. Okay. Well, the first thing you don't want to do, I mean, when I started practicing 45 years ago, a lot of lawyers did lots of things. And now everybody is specializing. And so what you want to make sure that is you do not hire a criminal defense lawyer, a drunk driving specialist. You don't want to hire a personal injury lawyer. You don't want your workers' comp lawyer. What you want is a probate and trust attorney to do your trust. Okay. Now, you can look in your yellow pages, and the attorneys are first listed alphabetically and then by specialty. And when you turn to the specialty listings, you can look under estate planning, probate, wills, trusts, and find attorneys who advertise their services in those areas. Then you can call them and find out what they want for an initial consultation. So you get to meet the attorney face to face and essentially size them and their situation up and decide if there's somebody with whom you'll be comfortable. Okay, that's one option. In just about every county in the state, there's a county bar association, and just about every county bar association has a lawyer referral service. In Alameda County, the lawyer's referral service will arrange for you to meet with a lawyer, and the charge is $35. And the bar association has panels and of different specialties, and you'll get to talk to a probate lawyer for 30 minutes for $35. Obviously, the attorney isn't going to do much for you for $35, but he's just going to talk to you, or she's just going to talk to you and tell you what services they would recommend, and how much that might cost you, or how much that would cost you. And you have to keep in mind that attorneys' fees vary a lot. Some attorneys might charge as little as $200 an hour, and some might charge as high as $400 or more per hour. You have to keep in mind that, generally speaking, the more expensive lawyer is not any better than the cheap lawyer. And that's real good there. Some lawyers promote themselves by charging a lot per hour. If an attorney says, well, I'm such a fine lawyer, I charge $1,000 an hour, well, there just isn't anybody that good. I mean, it just, you go back to $250. And so, but look into the cost before you get involved, and keep in mind a simple trust and everything should run in the $800 to $1,200 range, maybe a little higher depending on all of what's involved. But once you start getting into $3,500, and I've seen them over $5,000, you're just tossing your money.
Again, this is not our first time doing this show, so if it looks like we know the answer is it is, because I think this is our second time doing this over the years. So again, I just want to say thanks Stephen Kennedy for spending this time with us, or spending it with you. You're watching the In Session Real Estate TV show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you need income protection? Call Dawnn Hills, Independent Insurance Broker.
Hello, I'm Dawnn Hills with DMH Insurance, and I'm an independent insurance broker. Income protection helps families when you're injured and can't work. Life insurance is legacy planning and can also protect your mortgage. Call me, Dawnn Hills, for a free consultation to protect you and your family. Dawnn Hills Insurance for your every need.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Here at Infinity Investments, it's our mission to build a portfolio of investment property communities and a large network of investors, buyers, sellers, and tenants whom we serve by operating with character, integrity, and a commitment to excellence. And as our gift to you, we'd like to invite you out to one of our free monthly seminars where you'll learn the fundamentals of how to buy, own, and operate multifamily properties. Look forward to seeing you soon.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
I'm Stephen Kennedy. I'm an attorney in private practice in Oakland, California. I specialize in real estate, probate, and trust administration. You are watching the In Session Real Estate TV show.
This lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home is located at 3920 Edwards Avenue in Oakland, California. It has totally remodeled bathrooms, a large updated kitchen with stainless steel appliances, glistening hardwood floors, and a huge backyard. It is listed at $460,000. This 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom great starter home is located at 111 Pacific Court in Vallejo, California. It features a 2-car garage and is listed at $245,000. This exquisite 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home is located at 238 Chalet in the Alum Rock District in San Jose, California. It has fresh paint and new appliances and is move-in ready and is listed at $632,000. This palatial 6-bedroom, 6.5-bedroom custom home located at 13383 Campers Drive in the Oakland Hills has beautiful sweeping views from bridge to bridge. Call for a private showing. It is listed at $3,500,000. This well-maintained 2-bedroom, 1-bath home is located at 2757 Parker Street in Oakland, California. This home features a new kitchen, new bath, new roof, and stainless steel appliances. It is listed at $340,000. This 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom great starter home is located at 310 Marina Way in Richmond, California. This home is a quick walk to Richmond BART Station and is listed at $229,000.
On today's show, I have a very dear friend of mine on set with me, and I'm quite excited about it. I have Miss Dawnn Hills in the studio with me. In addition to being a client for many years, you've also been a friend. She's originally from Chicago. She's lived in the Bay Area for about 34 years. She currently serves on the board of the Associated Real Properties Women Council. She also serves with the East Bay Women in Business, and she's the co-chair of that committee. She's also the committee chair of Rebuilding Oakland together.
Rebuilding together.
She also volunteers with the YMC as a lead advisor, teaching parliamentary procedures. So Well, let's just welcome Dawnn Hills. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
All right, great. What we brought you here to do is because we know that a lot of folks have lost their jobs or lost their income, and I know that there's something very that's dear to you, and that is income protection. I know that you've gotten your license and you're an independent insurance broker now. And let's just talk a little bit about insurance. Income protection is what you really wanted to get into.
Yes. Income protection I'm passionate about because income protection protects your income because you're more likely to be hurt than you are to die. Mm-hmm. And it also helps you protect your livelihood.
Okay.
So your home and make sure you can continue to thrive while you heal.
Okay. So how did you get involved with this? I know that there was a significant part of your life, something that happened. Why don't you share with the community what happened to make you be so passionate about this?
I had an incident myself where I was off work for 18 months and I had no income protection and my kids were in high school. You know the story, single mom. Fast forward, I thought, I don't want that to ever happen to anyone else. I was able to thrive and survive through it. However, everyone's not as fortunate as I. And in my community, I wanted to make sure that no one had to go through what I went through. Mm-hmm. And it's so avoidable, and it costs pennies on a dollar.
Right. Well, we know that there's a lot of different insurance out there. There's life, there's health insurance, there's car insurance.
Yes.
Why is this so important, to you? If you were to give somebody, what kind of money are we talking about in the event that someone were to get hurt on their job? Give me a scenario of what kind of monthly income they might be able to receive off of income protection.
Well, the wonderful thing about income protection is it's based on the income that you make and the future income that you can make. And you have the opportunity to protect that until you're 65. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it so awesome. But the best part of that is the younger you are, just like life insurance, the cheaper it is. Mm-hmm. So a great example would be I got my income protection at 40 and I paid $43 a month.
A month.
Yes.
So for $43 a month, mm-hmm. At 40 years old, is there 40. A physical that's going to be done on you? You have to pass a physical at that time?
No, you don't have to pass a physical. You just have to be healthy and not about to die off. And there are opportunities. We all live, but pretty healthy.
Okay.
You don't have to be super healthy, but definitely able to work. Okay. That's what they're measuring. How long can you work?
Mm-hmm. And let me ask you, if you were 25, and maybe we've got somebody out there that's 25, what would a policy like that approximate? I know you can't tell us exactly what it is, but what could someone potentially be having to pay for if they were 25?
Oh, wow. It would depend upon their income. So whatever job that they have, because that's what it's based on.
It's based on their current income.
Their current income. Okay. That's why it's called income protection.
Right. So if we just use for 40 years old for yourself,
yes.
It was $43 a month. We could imagine that someone that's younger than you, it should be less than that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Well, and I know that there's a lot of things that come in between that. You know what I'm saying? But $43 for at 40 years old, I guess that's not very expensive to protect how much income? About $4,000 or $5,000 a month?
Yeah, $6,000.
$6,000 per month. So if you were to get out of your job, and because of health reasons, you would collect $6,000 a month
within 30 days of my being home.
And how long would you get that for?
Until I'm well.
Until you well. So what if you never get well again?
Until I'm 65.
So they'll pay you $6,000 a month for the rest of your life if you were.
Mm-hmm. And it has the income. You have an opportunity to put the income on it to where it keeps up with inflation.
Let's do this. Why don't you guys give Dawnn Hills a call, and she can tell you all the ins and outs. I'm just trying to pull some information out so that you guys have a little understanding. We also wanted to talk a little bit today about mortgage insurance, okay, and mortgage protection.
Yes.
You know, because this is a real estate show, and we know that people get put out of work and can't make their mortgage payment. Why don't you give them a little synopsis of what mortgage insurance protection does?
Mortgage protection is a great opportunity for someone that buys a home. When you take out a loan, you need to protect that loan amount. And if it's two people or a husband and a wife, you want to make sure that the husband and wife, their income is protected, but the mortgage is protected as well. How do you do that? Life insurance.
Okay. So the mortgage protection that we're talking about is pretty much a life insurance policy that is attached
Correct.
to the mortgage?
No, it's a life insurance policy written on the people that own the home for the amount
Of the mortgage.
The mortgage.
Okay. So that would be considered mortgage protection.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about some of the people that you've helped use this stuff and what kind of the cost it is, because I know that's what you guys want to know. If I'm going to protect this,
How much
there's
does it
a
cost?
cost where it doesn't make any sense.
Well, the wonderful thing about that is I work with several carriers. I'm a broker. I go out to the market and I match their budget to make sure that we can get it done. And however we need to do that within the realms of the law, we do that. And we make sure that we protect as much as we can. And I meet with the clients on a ongoing basis. So I don't meet with you and you never see me again. I meet with you and then we come back and we revisit specifically if the loan goes down or if you have opportunities to move money to other places where you can be more successful or leverage it best. There's opportunities to help protect the home and build the legacy at the same time.
Okay. And I know a lot of us in our community are not really as adept in insurance. I would even say I'm not. I'm not a big fan of insurance because I guess the insurance is not important until you need to be paid. When we talk about some experiences that maybe you've had recently where someone didn't have that, and some of the things that could potentially happen.
Well, I had a heartbreaking case. I had a client that was hit by a bus, and she was drugged and she was off work for 6 months. She was in the hospital for 6 months. Her leg, she was 26 years old. It would have been pennies to get her income protection and pennies to get life insurance. But she was busy, like business people are. She was busy trying to get the store up, trying to open it and trying to get everything going. And then she put me off, and she wasn't dismissing me. She just put me off, and then that happened. And
kind of like I do.
Yes.
When it comes to
Yes.
sitting down talking about insurance.
Yes.
And I think that all of us need to sit down. Especially when we start getting a little senior, and make sure that we have our stuff in order. And
Yes.
I'm gonna stand corrected. I'm gonna advise you guys to get in contact with Dawnn Hills as well and investigate the insurance. What does it take for them? What does it cost for a consultation with you? And give us an idea of what you do when someone comes in for a consultation.
Well, anyone watching the show will get a free 30-minute consultation. All you have to do is mention Kenny Sessions, and I will know that you've seen us on the show, and I will give you a free consultation for 30 minutes.
Okay. And what can they expect to get in that 30-minute time?
In 30 minutes, we will learn what you need, how to get what you need covered, and why you need what you need covered.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Dawnn Hills, we're talking independent insurance broker, talking about a couple of different lines of insurance that many of in the community ignore, if you will.
Yes.
A lot of us have car insurance, life insurance, all those insurances, but maybe we don't have income protection. So maybe
Right.
that's something that
Or mortgage.
you get mortgage protection and income protection.
Yes.
So give her a call, and she'd be more than happy to give you whatever information you desire.
For advertising information on the In Session Real Estate TV show, or to buy or sell real estate, give us a call at 510-568-4200